Hello, how you guys doing? James here. I hope y'all doing well. And I wanted to title this video. I'm going to play part of a topic that about and he make a good about white worship, and it's by Andre and Andrea Love and Borders. And it's very. I'm just gonna play a short clip. He did a live yesterday. Then I'm gonna play you some other videos, and I'm gonna take a two swing at it. Tell you the reality of it. It's not gonna be all bad, but it's kind of an eye opening why some people do, you know, worship their another person of a different race when it comes to dating, and particularly it's the women, and particularly not only it's the women, it goes across all cultures. But it's a certain culture that gets favored the most out of all the ethnic background. He points it out. There's a video that points it out, and it's something about fair, light to white skin in this culture that that an ideal man, and I like some of his talking points. But we're gonna turn into Andre what he have to say about white worship. And this is my personal view and his personal view.
They hadn't proven that they were a man of peace. They hadn't proven that particular individual white male that they're worshiping may not have proven that he's a man of peace. He may not have proven that he's a man of respect. He may not have proven. Let me just make sure you guys can hear me. Okay, we got a lot of ones. Cool. Shout out to you guys being here. First shout out I want to give is to my man Black Nubian in the building with the $2 super chat. Shout out to you being here. I want to come and do the comments. But let's lay the foundation of this particular video because we're doing part two of what the brother was talking about, part one yesterday. He did a part one and he did a part two video when it comes to racism, not only in South America, not only in North America, but also in the Caribbeans, because he's in Dominican Republic and he's noticed some things that we're all noticing about white worship. What is white worship? White worship is when white males don't have to prove anything. They don't have to do nothing. They don't have to show if they're a peaceful guy, good guy. They don't have to groom. Come on, let's be real. They don't have to groom. They don't have to go to a gym. They don't have to act like they got some sense in their head. White worship is when people try to take advantage of white males simply because of their race or skin complexion. I'll say this again. Yes, white worship is when individuals try to take advantage. You can't take advantage of a white man. Well, there are women that try to take advantage of white males and their skin complexion. There are plenty of families out there that try to tell their daughters, tell their black daughters, their Latin daughters, as well as their Asian daughters to lighten up or whiten up their family. In other words, have some light-skinned children. Have some children that eventually they will get with a white person, and down the line, our family will be 100% white if you just started dating white men. So a lot of black women around the world, including in the United States, date white men simply because they believe that there is some form of white privilege with being with white men. We're going to talk about that today, and that there is a lack of privilege or a lack of peace or respect and understanding when it comes to dating men of their own culture. What do I mean by that? I mean that there are Latin women that will not date Latin men. They'd rather date a white man. There are Asian women that say, I don't want to date an Asian man. Give me a white man. And we're going to see when it comes to these dating apps. I've been freezing. Let me see again. Let me see if I'm freezing. Let me know. Okay, let me see if I can change this, because the sad part is I left the router over at the other apartment. So let me see if I switch this over just a little bit, if it makes anything on you. But it's gonna freeze for a split second. I'm gonna switch it. Maybe if I close this window, and I'm keeping that one open, and I'll close this window, and maybe that'll help. So it should have frozen for a split second, and now it should be coming back on. So that should be a little better, but thank you guys for letting me know. Teamwork. We're working as a team on this channel. It's not a solo gig. So that looks a lot better. I'm looking at it for right now, and that looks a lot better. Okay, great. Okay, guys, let me know. Yes, sir. Smash that like button, like Tevin King said. And thank you once again, Tevin, for letting me know that I was free.
If you're tired of the 9 to 5 rat race, listen up, because I'm about to share an opportunity for you to earn up to 10K.
When you met her, I'll say it again. For all these women that's white worshiping, they still try to change the white dude who is easy to go for it. And the reason why they ain't with black dudes, because brothers are like, man, you ain't about to change me. I am, like in the words of Popeye. Thus I quote, I am that I am, and that's all that I am. I am that I am, and that's all that I am. Quote, Popeye, the Sailor Man. So a lot of these sisters posting these black wife effect, all these white dudes posting black wife effect. Dudes, you do not realize all it is making you guys look bad as white men, because it doesn't look like they appreciated you for who you were when you met them, and what you were was not good enough, so they changed you and you embraced it. And what did they change you into? A better white dude? Nope. They wanted 100% for you to be the white version of the black man that they always wanted. Don't you ever forget that. Don't you ever forget that, my white brothers. All they're doing is marrying you to turn you into the black man that they always want. Because you always gonna be contested number 2 in many of their eyes, sadly. Now, are all black women that marry white men like that? No. There are people like me and Andrea and other couples. Love is love, and that's what it is.
Listen to
it
this.
It had nothing to do with racism, none of that. It's just love is love is love. Some of you guys are like me. Doesn't matter what race it is, as long as she's good people. There are some sisters like that. It doesn't matter what his race is, as long as she's good people. But for a lot of sisters that are divestors, all they're looking for is one white boy that will allow him to turn him into the black man that they wish that they could get, that they can't get. Shout out to you guys. Let's get ready to get started with this video. The black woman effect. So the first video that we're going to look at is a sister did a mocking video of being with black men, and she called it the black man effect. It means that her life was let's pause that for a second. Meaning that her life was fun and happy before she met, look at this, life before dating a black man. And then when she got with a black man, look at how she mocks us regarding after dating a black man. Watch this. Now, that was life before dating a black man. That's what she says. Now, this right here, what you're going to see is what she says for many sisters, life after dating a black man. A lot of these sisters, they see, one thing I got to give the Klan credit for. The Ku Klux Klan, they can be lazy now. Everything that the Klan, the foundation that they laid now is on cruise control. They're reaping the benefits of all the colonialization that they did and the propaganda that they put out and promoted white men being greater than any other race. It worked. They've got women from every race worshiping them. And all the men are saying, F that white boy, he's just a regular dude like me. Latin dudes ain't worshiping white dudes. We look at you like you're a regular white boy. A black man ain't worshiping white dudes. Not most of us. We look like you're a regular white. Asian dudes, ain't nobody worshiping white men like women are. And the number one worshipers of white men, slowly but surely, is this small pool, not majority, but this small pool of women from all the cultures. From the white culture, from the Asian culture, from the black culture, from the Eastern Indian culture. All these cultures are a small pool of these women in each one of these cultures are slowly but surely white worshiping men. Only want this dude not because of who he is, but because of his whiteness.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, these women have a personified image of the white man. We're going to watch another part of this video. I'm going to let this run. And in each part of this video, watch how women glorify white men. Let me move over here. There we go.
I noticed something. Like, why every time when white men, you know, I listen to their music and how they talk, they be like, I love seeing your hair blow through the wind. Yeah, why we going to the beach? Your eyes so beautiful. And then when you come to our music, it be like, bitch, I don't fuck with you. I just want to pussy and go. You already know how it go. I don't fuck with that bitch. Like, what the? What's going on?
Y'all, so I went on my second date today with the white guy I told you guys about. If you're new here, my name is Gabrielle, and I have opened myself up to dating another race, which in this case is white men. Do I like white men? Yes, I do. Am I even more open? Right now, I am, y'all. So first of all, pick me up in the test seat. Well, the Uber picked me up in the test seat, and then went to get Vietnamese food. It was so bomb, y'all. One thing that I'm learning is that now that I'm opening up my options, I'm trying not to keep myself in a box when it comes to learning people and learning the way that they do things. If they're not black, right? I just want to see how different cultures get when it comes to relationships. Like, I've always been that kind of woman who, like, I like them black and I like them black, right? But now I'm realizing that, like, that is going to keep me stuck, right? And I want to explore and date whoever God has for me, right? And who knows, maybe he's black, maybe he's white, maybe he's Mexican.
All right, we're going to pause it right there for a second. Something that you guys may not have picked up on that video that I picked up, and we're going to come back to it. Shout out to my man Professor in the building. Professor said those are silk songs from the 90s. Work much better. That's exactly what I was thinking when she was saying, why is it that white men's songs are, let's go to the beach and wonderful? I'm like, wait a minute. I listen to country music. I'll say that again. I listen to country music. It don't get no white boy real than country music. And I listen to country music for years. And I listen to country music today on a regular basis. And I'm going to tell you something now. Every other song by white boys is that they dealing with some relationship issues just like we dealing with relationship issues. One of my favorite songs right now is my man, he said, I asked help. He said, I didn't make this mess all by myself. He said, I was the only one that pulled that liquor off the shelf. See what I'm saying? Every weekend. He said, if teamwork make the dream work, I had some help tearing up this relationship. So when she sits back and talk about white dudes, songs are about being at the beach and hanging out and doing wonderful things with the ladies. You ain't listening to country music. Well, what's the one white boy song? He said, you didn't have to cut me off. You treat me like somebody that I used to know, you just treat me like a stranger. I can't sing that good. That dude sung that song. It was a duet song. But he said, girl, you didn't have to cut me off. So when they sit back and say white boys don't have no issue songs, I'm like, what radio stations or songs that you listening to that the white brothers are not singing and letting y'all know we tired of y'all mess? You picked the fine time to leave me, Lucille. 4 hungry children and crops in the field.
Mm-hmm.
White boys been singing about their issues with women just as much as us brothers. So what was my point? Them glorifying. And then the next video I just showed you was a black woman that said, I love black men. I love white men. Okay, this is my second date going on with a white man. Wait a minute. You said you love white men, right? Yeah. But you've only been on 2 dates in your whole life with a white dude, but you just love them. You see what I'm saying about that worship being personified?
Mm-hmm.
You don't see the regular everyday issues of their music. When you go on a date with them, it's glamorized.
Right.
He picked me up in a Tesla. The Uber picked me up in a Tesla. This is what she said. But I'm gonna tell you something that I noticed in the video too, and I'm gonna show it again. I want you to notice what the white brother wore on that video, because it didn't show his face, but it showed his leg, and it showed what they ate. White brother wore shorts to their date. The white brother got a chance to wear shorts on their date. The meal that they got was like, it looked like a high school lunch meal, high school lunch tray, because it was rice, a little bit of meat, and whatever else that was. The white brother didn't have to take her to the fanciest restaurant. It wasn't even Applebee-ish in that video. It wasn't Golden Corral-ish. It wasn't even Cheesecake Factory worthy. But the white brother, he got it posted. Why? Because he was white.
Mm-hmm.
Notice this, brothers. Notice this. There are very few brothers that are posting videos, that are passport bros, that are posting videos on women because of their race. I'll say this again. There are very few, if no videos out there, whether it be a white passport bro, Latin, Asian, Islamic passport bro, none of us, if you notice, none of us have posted videos about the women that we're dating because of their race. We talk about the country and that woman's traditional culture. Hi, my name is Andre. I'm in Thailand, and I got me a woman here in Thailand because she's traditional. She does this, she does that, We don't talk about I'm with her because she's Thai.
No, I never heard that.
Hi, my name is Andre. I'm in the Philippines. And I got me a woman in the Philippines because she takes care of this. She makes sure I got medical checkups. She take care of me, and so forth and so forth. We have never put videos out there saying I'm in the Philippines. And look at my Filipino, and ain't no other race better than Filipinos. You've never heard Austin Holloman, Al Greaves, Charles Tyler when he was alive. Rest in peace, Charles, and all you other guys that have gone to Brazil. Ever put out a video saying, look at the Brazilian woman. She's the only, there's no other race greater than the Brazilian woman. No, we talk about the culture, the country, the traditionalism in that woman. We'll talk about her beauty, but we won't make it turn into a racial issue. No brother has ever said, I only date Brazilians. No, passport bros don't do that. I've yet to hear somebody do that. But when it comes to these white worshipers, when it comes to bowing the knee to our white brothers who never asked for it. Like I said, to all the white brothers, hey, you gotta ride this one out, baby. Your ancestors laid that foundation. You born white and you looking like, wait a minute, I never asked nobody to look at me like that. I'm just a regular, everyday white dude.
No.
Blame it on your ancestors, bro. Blame it on the last 700 years.
Yep.
Blame it on the Roman Empire, the Persian Empire, Greek Empire, whatever empire you want to blame it on. Everybody had their way. There was a time period when black people ruled the world. There was a time period when the Asian Empire was ruling the world. There's a time period when the white brothers are ruling the world. Hey, you got to ride it out.
Right.
I know it's a lot of pressure being a white dude, but it's on you. And these people, these women are out here worshiping white men, worshiping, and that's the problem.
Yep.
There's a difference between appreciating a person as an individual
Right.
who just so happens to be of a particular race. I'll say that again. There's nothing wrong with interracial couples. Take it from me. But you will never hear me say I married Andrea because she's Colombian. Because she's a lighter Colombian. Or any other person that I've been with here in Colombia. I don't care anything about that. All I care about the fact that that person has certain traditional godly traits that I look for. And so if I could have been with an Afro-Colombian just as fast as I am with Andrea. It doesn't matter. But I'm going to go to that back to that video and let you guys see this. Look for the leg of the white dude. He got on shorts. You know that those sisters will not let us get away with. When the last time you guys were able to wear shorts to a date? As a brother.
Yes, they're talking.
You can't even wear shorts if y'all going bowling.
Ooh, no.
You can't barely wear shorts if y'all going
Not
to
with no black
park.
woman. Not with a color black man.
You can't barely wear, come on, brothers. You can't wear shorts barely in Colombia. Come on, if you're a brother. Now, if you're a white brother, you know y'all look like y'all hiking everywhere, like y'all Moses. Y'all always got a backpack on and a stick, look
Right.
like y'all hiking somewhere.
Exactly.
So y'all come with the shorts and sandals on, and ain't nobody here in Colombia gonna say nothing. They rarely check white dudes. A brother, you better be crisp and clean like a brand new $100 bill. And it's like that in the States. So once again, let's go back to this video. I just want to touch
That's
base
true.
on that fact that you may have missed it, but I'm gonna go back to that portion of the video and let you guys see that dating part and how she's bragging about this. But the white dude can come with shorts on and look at the meal in which he served her, and she just bragging on social media like she just ate at the best restaurant.
Do I like white men? Yes, I do. Am I even more open? Right now, I am, y'all. So first of all, pick me up in the Tessie. Well, the Uber picked me up in the Tessie. And then we went to get Vietnamese food. It was so bomb, y'all. One thing that I'm learning is that now that I'm opening up my options, I'm trying not to keep myself in a box when it comes to learning people and learning the way that they do things if they are not black, right? I just want to see how different cultures get when it comes to relationships. Like, I've always been that kind of woman who, like, I like them black and I like them black, right? But now I'm realizing that, like, that is going to keep me stuck, right? And I want to explore and date whoever God has for me, right? And who knows, maybe he's black, maybe he's white, maybe he's Mexican, I don't know. But all I'm saying is that I don't want to hold myself back. And
you can always tell when a black woman loves white guys by how untamed her hair is. Okay, that comment is giving accurate.
Hey everybody, it's Ryan Egel from New Amsterdam, or maybe you know me from The Blacklist, or...
It's by how untamed her hair is. Okay, that comment is giving accurate.
Dating app.
Somebody gotta say it, and I'll be the bitch to say it. Fellas, you wanna know why your black queens are choosing these white men? I'm motherfucking tell you. See, a lot of black men have a lack of ability to see the greatness in the black woman. They view us in a fucked up light, you know why? Because they motherfucking mamas was fucked up. They get mad at us for seeing the potential in them. Like, nigga, you're great, nigga. But no, they think it's nagging. Then a black bitch go get a white nigga. This motherfucking kissing toes, bowing down, buying houses on the first day. He's addressing that black tell her, oh, that's a dumbass idea. I'm just a narcissist, and no, you're not gonna be great. Instead, he pours into her because he knows having her is fucking valuable. Nigga, your value just went up with a black bitch. They fucking worship us, but don't shoot the messenger.
She actually believes what she said to be true. She actually believes what she just said is true. That if and we're going to come to the comment section in a second, guys. She actually believes that the white man's water automatically comes with sugar in it. The white man's tea is always cold. And I'm just saying, this is a global phenomenon.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's do a public service announcement. A, not all women that are in interracial relationships white worship. I'll say this again. Not all women that are in relationships with white guys or any other guys worship the man because of his color. Once again, there are women out there that don't matter what the color or race is, as long as he's a good man and he falls in her category or what she's looking for, she's going to marry that dude. That's most interracial relationships, including mine. It's not about the race, it's about the person. I'm talking about that small pool of women, such as the women we just looked at, that literally think that white men are flawless. They suck toes. Y'all out there sucking toes? Every white dude out there just sucking sisters' toes. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Y'all wanna say it? I'll say it. White dudes. A lot of sisters got pretty faces but some ugly feet. Some of the prettiest faces I've ever seen got some of the ugliest feet. So you tell me them the feet y'all sucking? She just said it, white brothers. She said white boys are sucking toes on a regular. I'm talking about bunions, crust. I'm talking about that corn. You sucking corns? They said that's what the sister's saying. Brothers ain't saying it. We don't know. I'm asking. Are white dudes y'all out there sucking corns, bunions, ankles,
with Marco Perego that she found the complete
crust under the crust under the ankle?
With the joy of parenthood, blessed with 3 sons.
Y'all sucking Achilles? Y'all sucking the vein like it's pig feet? Y'all sucking black women feet? Come on now, hey, white dudes. When they worship you, they hype everything up that has to do with you. So I'm just asking as a black man, because I don't know. They say y'all all out there sucking toes and worshiping. I don't think all white dudes out there doing that. But they will sell it as if, girl, you need to get you with a white man, because everything underneath the toenail, that's right, Rob, everything underneath, I'm talking about the crust all up underneath here. Hey, guys, put a 1 in the comments. Hey, we hook you up. This is your brother Andre, hook you up. Is it just me? I put a 1 in the comment section, my dang self first for this. Is it just me, or is some of the ugliest feet be on the prettiest women? Man, you be looking at her like her body tight, face cute. Reason for a second, and you look at them feet, which
As the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour, we know what it takes to get a pro-level lawn.
That crap. A good example is I've seen where the women are a lot more obedient towards a white man. Like, they'll jump through hoops. Like, basically, I've seen, and this is crazy, like, I've seen, like, girls basically act like slaves to some of these guys just because he was white. Like, to the point where I saw this one white man, he had his wife working construction, like literally mixing concrete, laying bricks, doing all this other stuff that you know that if it was a black man or another Dominican man, she would not be doing. She'd curse the guy out. And it was nuts because like this guy, you know, even though he has money, like he had his wife work like demeaning. I mean, I wouldn't say demeaning jobs, but like most guys are not gonna have their wife doing stuff like that. And then while they're basically sitting there drinking drinking iced tea, you know, and basically like she was doing more physical labor than he was. And like I said, some people say that's okay, but me, like, you know, to me that's like the guy was doing it as a means of like, you know, I'm over you. You're a slave working in the field for me, and I can come get some of that pussy whenever I want to, that type of thing. And some people have a fetish of that. And I've seen a lot of Haitian girls, same thing, where a lot of Haitian girls, they try to have a baby with a white man, particularly Canadian or European. Like I said, a lot of American white guys, they take care of their kids, but I see a lot of Canadian guys and a lot of Germans and Swiss that will abandon their kids in a minute. I don't know what that's about. But so it's not all white guys are the same. I also see German guys take care of their kids, but
okay, let's pause there for a second. Let's ponder on that. The brother said this. He said that when it comes to when he's in certain countries, and he said he's in DR right now, he's seeing a lot of men from different parts of Europe. And they have no problem with having the baby, but they will abandon the baby. And the reason why is because they don't want to claim A, I'm the baby pappy, and B, I can't take this baby home to my white family in Romania. I can't take this back to my white family in Austria. I can't take this baby back to my white family in this black baby mixed back to my family in Sweden, Switzerland. And this is why a lot of these women that sit back and white worship think that if I have this white baby, it's gonna be good. But here's the part. Y'all ready? Many of these women in these countries aren't looking for white guys to support the babies anyway. What do they want from the white guy? The DNA. They never wanted the white, they appreciate the white guy that comes with money. They appreciate the white guy that spoils them. They'll even appreciate a white guy that marries them and take them to America or to Canada or UK. But if they don't get that, the family wants one thing and one thing only from you white brothers: your DNA. Because now there's a light-skinned person that's half white in the family. We're on our way to our goal, whitening our race, one family at a time.
Mm-hmm.
That's how a lot of families, black families, in a lot of countries, Brazil, Colombia, the Caribbean, feel if you don't do nothing else, white dude, once that baby is born, they ain't even mad.
Right.
In many cases,
Nigeria.
not all,
Yeah.
not all, but in many cases, it's like that in the States.
Mm-hmm.
As long as she had that baby by a white man, by Zaddy, as long as she had Zaddy baby, Zaddy ain't got to pay no bills. Zaddy ain't got to show up for no recitals. Zaddy ain't got to show up for nothing. Long as I know my God got Zaddy and it does that's majority, but just large enough was to where we take note of their presence. Once again, guys, let me know if my microphone goes out and you can't hear me. And I kind of echo off the wall. So far, so good.
He's kind of breaking up a little bit.
So there are sisters that would rather have a baby. I'm gonna have one. It's gonna be by a white zaddy. There's a YouTube video that kind of went viral about 2 years ago of a black girl saying that she was like 21, 22, and she said, "I am going to have my baby by a white man. I am not, because a white man gonna treat me better." After she had 2 black kids. After she had 2 kids with a black guy, she thought that things would be better, not because she had a white man, but because she has a mixed baby. So she wants to have a mixed baby the third go round.
Mm-hmm.
So she got 2 by black guys, but she thinks that life would be better if she had your DNA in the family.
Yep.
You see how white worship works? You see how messed up that is?
Right.
Come on, you just a regular everyday white dude paying your bills, living your life.
Right.
And there are women that actually look at you like, can I have your DNA?
Yeah.
Can I have your DNA?
Yeah. That's true.
That's crazy.
That's true.
That's crazy. Let me make sure I read all some chats. Yeah, you're right, Zeta. Then we got to go the extra mile to get less value. You said that earlier. That's a good point, man. That's a real good point. Let's get back to the video, guys.
A lot of times you see a lot of these German guys pimp a girl out, and she'll go with it because a white guy's doing it. Like, you know, some of these German guys will have a Haitian girl, you know, basically sleep with the entire group, you know, and do all types of meaning, you know, ghetto gaggers type of stuff, and it's okay because a white guy's making you do it. And I know a few girls, you know, associates and friends of mine, you know, Haitian girls that have babies by white men and do nothing but fight with these guys because these guys don't want to take care of their child. And I'm like, well, why did you have a baby by this guy? It's like, well, you know, my family told me if I had a white guy, you know, my life would be better, but, you know, I'm finding out that it's a lot worse. Like, he always wanted to treat me like a slave, and he wanted to urinate on me or use the bathroom on me and do all types of things that I wasn't comfortable with, or, you know, have me on camera and have sex with his friends. And, you know, so a lot of guys do deviant stuff.
Now let's not let that slide. He said a lot of white guys come to DR, as well as other parts of the Americas. Get with the sisters. Now, mind you, because I always got to give a disclaimer. We're not talking about all white guys. We're not talking about all interracial relationships. We're talking about these people that worship white people, but they don't even worship white people, my bad. Worship white males as if you don't make any mistakes. And they're willing to do anything, like Cassidy was for Diddy. Oh, did you really think that Cassidy was the only one that was living that life? No, there are women in DR living that same Diddy life for white guys. Like he said, we'll have a black girlfriend and let all his Romanian friends run a train on it. In DR, and here in Colombia too. I've been hearing the same stories. Degrade the sister. I personally know somebody here in Colombia. It just hit me. I personally know a female in Colombia that's literally letting the white dude treat her like dog shit. A sister. And I'm talking about a prominent sister. A sister that you would think like, man, she doing things, man. She's all on the television show. You would think that she would never let that happen. And treated like dog shit. And has already confessed, I know how he treats me. Y'all don't have to tell me. I know how he treats me. Those women in DR know how those white dudes treat them. They're allowing it. They're not programmed. They're not manipulated. They're allowing it to happen on purpose just because of his complexion. That's white worship.
The black wife effect is real. Okay, this is something that needs to be studied in universities. I don't believe in much, but I believe in the black wife effect, and soon you will too. Enter the black wife, which I do every chance I get. You can't tell me that's not a miracle. You can't tell me that's not an improvement. What? Dude, night and day. And I'm not just talking about our skin colors. The black wife effect? Give it the Pulitzer. Give it the Nobel Prize. Give it an Oscar. Give it a Tony. Make it an EGOT. Black wife effect, man.
So in 2024, we have the internet going wild, yet and still, over black women and white men marrying. So much so that this was a trend that took TikTok by storm. I mean, I saw video after video after video of white men in particular, and non-black men, post their experience before a black woman and their experience after black woman. And what you generally saw was, you know, the same trend. These white men who kind of looked disheveled, looked like they didn't know how to put themselves together, looked like they didn't really shower all the time. And then after the black wife, they took a shower. They put on something outside other than a t-shirt. Like, right? It's like they are more put together. So there's this consistent theme that you see throughout all these videos. Now, the only thing about these trends that can be a little bit concerning is that they have the propensity of making things appear more common or more likely than they actually are, right? I mean, if you go onto TikTok, you may assume that, man, almost 50% or like more and more people are dating and swirling, and you might actually think that this is quite common. But yet and still, in the United States of America, a generous estimate is that about 3% of white men currently have a black wife. That's being generous, right? Some numbers say that it is low as 1%, but anywhere between 1 to 3% of white men in America having a black wife, that is a incredibly small minority. Now, why is that important? I think it's important to understand why decades upon decades upon decades after Loving versus Virginia, and there being an aggressive push in media and different outlets to promote interracial relationships, to promote, you know, more of a multicultural point of view, why decades later it's still a very small percentage of interracial couples, specifically white men and black women, who actually exist. It's important to understand why, and I think there's a couple of factors to this, right? Some of it is just proximity. There are still towns that are incredibly segregated, all black towns, all white towns, and people just don't really mix on that level. So there is sometimes, you know, a proximity issue. There's also the class distinction. But another elephant in the room that still goes on is just the preference, or in some cases, downright racism. And, you know, the thing about these TikTok relationships and these really cute viral couples and these social media love stories, you know, the danger to me is that they really do a poor job at looking at the complexities of an interracial relationship in 2024. And here is why. At a time where you have a pretty large fraction of white Americans who are feeling more displaced, who are in fear that their birth rate is dropping and that they are slowly becoming less and less of the majority population, and that they essentially feel like they are losing their rights, the rights that they were, you know, entitled to through different things, through multiculturalism, through immigration, through a declining economy, through government essentially that they don't think works for them. This is the cultural backdrop of 2024. Not all white men out there are looking to have a black wife. Not all white men out there are even really excited or happy about the idea of there being any kind of multicultural setting in America. Some actually want to go back to a pre-multicultural America and much prefer to push for a white ethno state, much prefer to push for essentially a white America. This is happening right now. And so the problem is, you know, you have these little cute Instagram stories, TikTok stories going on where young, impressionable black women see it, and they are fully, completely disconnected from the reality that there are also white people out there who want nothing to do with them. And some of these white people can be very, you know, open and quite obvious about their point of view, but some of them are a lot more quiet and insidious, and some of them actually target black women and do really dangerous things to them. This is why I think we continue to see black women come up missing, unfortunately. They go on dates, they may have a date with, you know, meet somebody online, or you know, link up, whatever, online dating, and they end up missing, or they end up dead on the first date. or on the second date early on. We're seeing this over and over again. It's like some of these ladies are completely and totally unaware that not all white guys out there are proud or excited at the idea of having a black wife.
What's wrong with race mixing? I just don't like it. I'm just against it. Honestly, I think people should stick with their own. I think you should stick with your own kind. Not because I hate other races, but just because I want to be me. I want to be my race, and I want my wife to be my race, and I want my kids to be my race. And I think people generally should do that. It's in my opinion, a huge repudiation of who you are to marry outside your race. I mean, whether or not your race is part of your identity, it's who you are. I want my kids to look like me. I want my kids to have my features. I want them to have my thick brown head of hair. I want them to have my piercing green eyes. I want them to have my thick eyebrows. I want my sons to have a mustache when they're 5 like I did. I want them to have fair skin. I want them to be me. I want them to be like me.
And even those who don't necessarily align are very open-minded. They likely have somebody in their family or somebody they know that is not open-minded, that is extremist. I have white friends that I know personally who have told me, oh yeah, my grandfather, oh yeah, my grandmother, oh yeah, my parent, oh yeah, this. Like even if they themselves do not align with racist or hateful rhetoric, they fully know somebody in their immediate circle who does. So it's like there's really no escaping this. And I think because people can go online and see this stuff and think it's hecka cute and then not hear the other side, that like, hey, there is this other really uncomfortable side going on that you just need to be aware about. I think it creates an environment for black women to not only do they kind of fantasize about these different relationships, but it's almost like they take all their guards down. It's like some of the different boundaries they may have if they're dating a black man. It's almost like they can go out the door if it's a white man because it just seems so cute. It just seems so exciting. It seems like it's a novelty. And unfortunately, this can make women of color, black women in particular, an easy target in this particular climate when you literally have people who are pushing and hoping to galvanize and hoping to really play off of the discontent that more people are feeling in this economy and using race as the defining factor. So again, my issue is not the interracial dating or marriage. If two people fall in love of a different ethnicity or race, like I said, I have no issue with that. But it's important to be realistic about what that means. And it's not necessarily always a better or a safer option, especially if you are a black woman or a woman of color in the USA in 2024 when white nationalism and neo-Nazism is certainly on the rise. Not only in the USA, but just in the West in general, right? And so I think it's just important to be honest about that. And those are the kinds of things that don't really make TikTok. Those are the kinds of conversations that I don't really see going viral and becoming a trend, but it's important to consider and it's important to know. And it's also important to know that just because somebody will have sexual interest in you as a woman, or just because somebody may actually show that they're attracted to you, doesn't mean that they're not racist. There are a ton of racist people out there who hate black people who will then go and on their free time and watch Ebony Corn, right? Or go on their free time and just watch all kind of insidious things. Like, it gets weird. So I think sometimes women think, oh, just because a guy is attracted to you or shows sexual interest, that he may not have racist ideologies and he may not hate you. And that's not true. In fact, there are actually some people who they really hate black women and they kind of get off on sexualizing black women and then doing all kind of mean, insidious things to them. And I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, or I don't want to be a fear-mongerer, because I'm not saying that's every person, but it's just important to be aware that does exist. Just don't get so caught up in the fairy tale. They have good boundaries regardless of the person's race, whether they are in your race or outside your race or whatever. You have to have good boundaries. And it's also good to just be aware that not everything that glitters is gold, okay? And not everybody out there is happy or proud about the black wife effect. And please do not go out here and pedestalize a relationship, especially in a interracial relationship, when there are also dangers associated with that. But anyways, y'all, that's what I got. What do you think? Do you agree or disagree? Let me know. Leave your
Wow, that's coming from a woman. That's coming from a woman, so it don't seem like it's a man's. It's just men just saying that. Oh, see, that's just a man. You men are just jealous, whatever. That's coming from a woman now. That's coming from a woman. She's telling you, what's up? And yeah, you should love somebody for who they are, but there's very few people that can do that. But yeah, now you see. Yep. Yeah, just people, and but overall, with like the first video, people do worship white people, and they do, like he was saying, they prefer it in their culture, and it's a status, it's a class thing, it's a whole thing with it. It's a whole thing, status, class, and so figure that get the job better, everything. But that's how some people see it. Not everybody. But yeah.
Have you ever wondered why some affiliates make tons of money effortlessly while you're struggling to see results?
So, did y'all see Vivica Fox's recent video?
No. What was it about?
Check it out.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
That's not intimidated by who and what I am.
Yeah.
That likes to travel.
Yeah.
Gonna let me go shopping.
Now, when you say let you go shopping, does that mean that you're gonna pay for whatever it is that you get for yourself? Or does that mean you expect a man to pay for whatever it is you want to buy? Because when you say let you go shopping, who would you have to get permission from to spend your own money?
I feel like you just spoke it into existence.
I hope so, girlfriend.
I feel like you
So and I'm taking applications.
Oh, you know,
I've got a friend.
okay.
Good. Well, keep.
So now Vivica Fox can't get men on her own? She needs somebody to hook her up?
Well, and I don't discriminate. I'm not against different nationalities. You know that too.
Did you hear that last part that she said?
Yep, we heard it. She wants to cross over now.
I don't discriminate. Now let me say this. This is the first time I've ever heard Vivica Fox speak like this. For those of you who know her, you know that she had a relationship with 50 Cent many years ago.
You know, I want to thank Vivica Fox for wearing that dress too.
It didn't work out, and it seemed like it took her years to get over him. She was extremely in love with him, and she was very vocal about that.
Hey, this is Raul of Please Act Right. According to Google, 50 Cent and Vivica Fox dated only for a few months in 2003. And 50 Cent said that Vivica, all she wanted to do was argue. He wrote in a tweet after their breakup and said, I look back at some of the ish that I did, and I gotta learn how to shut the up. He wrote in captions, look at the end, that's trouble. Hey, have any of you fellas ever gone out with a woman that was beautiful, and shortly thereafter, you realized the juice wasn't worth the squeeze? And if you've ever seen pictures of Vivica Fox back in the day, I'm sure we all can agree that she was a very beautiful woman. But evidently, her juice wasn't worth the squeeze to 50 Cent. Here's another question. Why is it that she's been married a couple of times and divorced, and no other man has claimed her or married her? Did they experience the same thing 50 Cent experienced?
And anybody who knows 50 Cent and his character, he is not the type of man to settle down, get married, and love a woman. 50 Cent is not a good dude, in my opinion.
You think she's gonna say anything negative about Vivica Fox's role in the breakup? Of course not. It's always the man's fault. Women do no wrong.
I definitely wouldn't be waiting on him to come back to me. So I was very disappointed when I first heard Vivica say that she would take him back and that she still loved him. I remember her saying that many years ago, and I was just like, sis, please move on. 50 Cent is like, he's not coming back to you, baby.
Of course he's not. 50 Cent has way more options than Vivica Fox does, so why would he take her back?
And here we are, 2024. Vivica Fox is 59 years old. She will be 60 in July. And now she is open to dating other races of men.
Dear other races of men, how many of you all that have a lot of money, of course, are looking for a 60-year-old black woman to date or marry? I'm just asking for a friend.
beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I cannot tell you how excited I am to hear that.
Am I missing something here? Are there a bunch of guys just sitting around waiting for Vivica Fox to make this announcement? This chick is trying to make it sound like men of other cultures would die to get a shot at Vivica Fox.
Black women, the reality is this: the older you get, the less options you have. And I honestly feel like if Vivica Fox had this mindset when she was in her 30s and 40s, she probably would have already been married and had a family by now.
You see how black women support other black women when they want to go outside of their race? But when a black man does it, it's because he can't handle a strong black woman. So when a young black man decides to go overseas, you should be supporting him too.
But it's never too late, and I'm really, really excited to know that she actually is open to dating other groups of men. Black women, if you are in your 40s, 50s, late 30s, on up, your dedication to only dating black men and waiting on your black cane to finally arrive, I promise you, you're gonna die alone.
And it will not be because of the lack of good black men. It would be because of women and their unrealistic expectations and the plan to give nothing in return for said unrealistic expectations.
At that age, you definitely need to be open to dating other races. And it is not too late. There are still other groups of men. Vivica Fox is a very successful woman. She can find a Brad in a hot second.
I don't know about in a hot second now, but her being successful has nothing to do with it. What it is about is Vivica offering Brad what he's looking for in a woman?
It's not hard, especially on her level.
How many times do we have to tell y'all we don't care about your success or how much money you make?
So it's not too late.
We'll see.
It's just most black men are not going to be checking for you in your 60s. And if they are coming to you at that age, they're coming for help. They need something. They need a place to stay, a roof, some food to eat, and a couch to lay their head on. So
now that's the one thing that you said that I agree with. Successful black men are not looking for high-earning 60-year-old black women because we know what comes with it. A lot of attitude, a lot of mouth, and very little cooperation, if any at all.
If you are an older black woman looking for love, you definitely need to be keeping your options open to every race of man possible. Because the chances of you finding a black king, good luck. So I just want to say, I'm proud of Vivica. I hope she finds the perfect guy that will treat her the way she deserves to be treated. She's one of my favorite female actresses. Love her to death, respect her, and happy to see that she's open to dating all races of men.
And I hope Vivica and all other black women out there in Western culture get a man in their lives that treat them exactly the way she treats men. So if she treats them like garbage.
Woo! So proud.
So proud of what? Making a decision to date other races means absolutely nothing. The only time it actually means something is if the men in other races actually want to date her. Vivica Fox has had a career that spans over 30 years now in entertainment. And I think we all can agree that she was one of the most beautiful black women in the industry. She has guest starred on The Prince of Bel-Air. She's appeared on movies like Kill Bill, Independence Day, Set It Off, and a host of others. There's two things that Vivica Fox has against her now, and that's age, because she'll be 60 years old soon, and she's a successful black woman with money. Sorry, ladies, but men who have wealth, that Vivica Fox is looking for, in every race, are not looking for a black woman in that category. Well, all we have to do now is just sit back and wait and see what happens. Now, I'm not going to tell you all how I think this is going to turn out. I'll just keep that to myself. Good luck, Vivica. Good luck. Hey, somebody had to tell you, and I love you, so it might as well be me. Don't forget to subscribe.
So that's a very different analogy about interracial relationship, with chiming on in for what the woman said, what women is, and the woman gave the woman's voice gave a real perspective, and what Andre said is a real perspective. It's real, and it's like I said before, people do worship. If you're a white male, basically, you ain't got to do nothing. I mean, basically what it is, they'll come to you. You go to Africa, they want you. So, you know, they'll bow down to you. You know, certain countries in Africa, women will, and Haiti, and different places like that. That's true. And you know, you go to Latin America, man, and you ain't no sense to get. And I don't think you shouldn't be jealous at any man, race of man, because automatically they really want your DNA, like Andre said. They want that baby. They come forward with green eyes and blue eyes, and it's in the Asian culture, the African culture, and other cultures. They are. It's the truth. So that's just something good to know. I mean, hey, it is what it is, but it's like he said, it's on your block. But when it comes to passport, bros, I mean, pick the person for who you want, but not. But unfortunately, you got some people, some women who think like that, and not all women that date interracially think like that, but there's some that do. You know, it should be more what you have in common. Now I'm just now opening up to myself. You know, find what you got with the person, what you got in common with them first, and see if it's going to work. Because there's some obstacles, like she said, along the way when it comes to getting around their family and friends. She's telling you the truth. So I hope this video kind of wake up and kind of give someone a different aspect of it. But when you see it, the couples in the film, they truly in love. They overcome, but you have to be realistic about it, because at some point in time we are in America, and people of a dominant society will try to chime in, and they'll do it in a sarcastic way. They'll put on a smiling face, but as soon as you turn your back and you're maybe the opposite race, they talk about you like a dog. So make sure you have the right friends that support it, and family members. Alright then, take care, be blessed, see you on the next video.